But I'm not going to do that. So, you know me, I'm very loud, so I can't whisper during the review. So, welcome to Box Office Maniacs. So I saw the trailer for this quite a while ago, and as soon as I saw the trailer for it, I was like, wow, that could be something pretty cool. But like I think a lot of people who saw the trailer for this, there was two things that came from it. Was there's no way I'm going to go see this in the show because it's going to be ruined with all the people eating their popcorn and crackling their paper and talking and coughing and laughing and trying to make fun of something that there isn't nothing to be fun. You know how audiences are, majority. Or they'll be on their cell phones or, you know, because the point of this movie is it's quiet. There's very little or to no sound in this film. So as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to wait until that comes out on Blu-ray to watch it. I'm not going to be ruined by it. I really want to see it, but I'm not going to go see it because of that reason. And then there was number two, which was, oh man, this is just a gimmick. What a gimmick, you know, for a jump scare film to be all quiet and it's just a gimmick. And you know what? It is a gimmick. And you know what? It's a great gimmick. Actually, it's an outstanding gimmick because it's an outstanding movie. So who cares if it's a gimmick or not? Because there really hasn't been anything like this. And that's what I instantly loved about the trailer was, oh wow, this is going to be something good. And it wasn't just good. Right now, as I'm recording this, I'm telling you, it's my favorite film of 2018. It was that good. Up until this Thursday when Infinity War comes out, which I am really, really hoping that will be my favorite film of the year of 2018. But it's a long year, a lot of stuff still coming out. But as of now, this is it. Now, the premise behind this, if you don't know anything about this film, is there is some sort of creatures that came to Earth, or they're living on Earth, and they can't see. So the only thing they can do is hear somebody. Or they can hear an object falling, or, you know, they have really, really good hearing. So literally, all you have to do is just like drop something like, and that's it. I mean, you're dead. The thing comes after you, and you're gone. So again, I went to go see this at the show, and we sat all the way in the back, which I hardly ever do. My seats, the ones I prefer, are up front. I like sitting in a seat before the space to the upper half, because usually if I sit, you know, there's nobody behind me, and I don't have the full view of the theater to distract me either. You know, when I'm sitting close to the screen, I like just being immersed, to having the whole entire thing right in front of me. And, you know, that's usually where we sit at. Except for this one, I'm like, all right, let's do something different and sit in the last seat in the theater, which is what we did, because I was afraid of the talking and the crinkling and the eating and whatnot. But what came out of this film was one of the most amazing experiences I think I've ever had in a movie theater, is because once this movie starts, it has you. I mean, it has you, and I think the audience, most of the people going into it, probably already know sort of what it's about, is it's going to be quiet. You know, there is music in the film, so there is a few parts in the film, and not a lot, but there is some subtitles in the film that you got to read because of the sign language that they're doing to each other, because obviously they can't talk. They can't make a sound. And it's just amazing. And like I said, it was just an amazing movie experience, because you're sitting there in this theater and the movie is so freaking intense. From the second it starts to the end, I mean, it was just pure intensity. I mean, it is. You're glued to your seat, and there was parts in the film that my stomach was actually turning, because it got so suspenseful that I couldn't take it. And I was sitting there just squirming in my seat, and I never do that. I never do that in the theater. I'm just like, oh, come on. I mean, this is crazy. Come on, this is crazy. And that's the movie. That's this entire film, and I loved it. And it's a horror film, obviously, and it's a work of art. It's an absolute brilliant idea for a horror movie not to have sound, because yeah, you do have the jump scares, but they didn't overdo them in the film too. Which is what I liked. I mean, they could have had jump scares every 5 seconds and you would be jumping out of your seat. Because it was so quiet, this is what I was telling you, one of my greatest movie experiences I've had, is everybody respected that. And it was weird. It was like, wow, everybody's respecting the silence in this film. Either that or they were just too, petrified to move. I had a receipt in my pocket, and I turned, and it goes, I'm like, oh my God, they're coming after me. They're coming. I mean, that's the mindset. Even when you leave the theater, you're like, oh my God, it's too loud out here. Shut up, don't talk, you're speaking too loud. I mean, you're watching this film for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is, and you get into that world of quietness. And, I'm out and you got the kids screaming, you got babies crying, you're like, shut those people up, they're coming. Because it really does get to you. It gets to you in that kind of level, and that's why this movie is so incredible. And the other reason this movie is so good is because of the actors. The main guy here is the guy who was in The Office. And I didn't even recognize him because he has a big beard in the film. And obviously he didn't talk. He talks very little in the film, but there is some talking in the film, but very, very little. John Karaginski, I think his name is. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. But when you see him, you're like, oh yeah, that's the Office guy. And he actually directed this film as well. And that's pretty awesome. I didn't know that either. So he stars in the film and he directed it. And he had help writing it with a bunch of other people as well. So in order to actually act in the film, you had to act using your body language and not your voice, which is pretty difficult. And it shows you how great these actors are in this film. And there was a couple of kid actors in the film too. And they are just fantastic as well. Now, one thing about the film is the creatures, and I'm not going to give you any spoilers or anything like that, was if you ever seen the trailer, they never really showed what they look like. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you what they look like either, except they're pretty cool. I think they're really awesome looking. I'm not going to explain to you what they are or anything about them, because that's part of the film, but I was pretty impressed by the monsters in the film. And again, it's not a bloody movie. It's not a bloody film at all. It's just intense. So if you like to have scares, and if you like to be just, stuck to your seat, go see this film. And hopefully when you go see it, the audience will be as respectful as they were when we saw it. Because everybody's like moving things around, like quiet, like if they had to move something, like, So yeah, it was like that. It was like that experience, because they didn't want to be the one person who's like, they didn't want to be that person. And I think a lot of people who see this film will hopefully do that. They will be respectful of the other people and respectful of the movie itself. If you are a horror fan, please go see this movie. Do not wait. Like everybody, I think, is thinking to themselves, oh, well, it's a quiet film. I'm not going to see it in the theater. Please go see this movie in the theater. It needs your money. Hollywood needs to know that the horror fans out there are still supporting great horror films, and that's what this is. This is a great horror film. And it's also a great film for those who like horror films, but they don't like all the blood and guts. They just want to be scared, and if that's you, this is for you. But if you're just a diehard horror fan, period, this is also for you. So The Silent Place gets a ball. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join all the other Maniacs that are on this channel. And we have a ton of other things on here besides movie reviews, as you probably found out if you're watching this at any point this week. We've been doing a lot of action figure reviews. I've been doing Lego reviews. I've been doing everything under the sun. So this is a variety channel. It's mostly movies and Blu-rays, but I'm trying to get a lot more other things on here that are related to movies and things like that aren't just films, that are action figures from movies, or props from movies, or Legos from movies, or things like that. So it's still a movie channel. It's just you throw everything in a pot and see how it comes out. That's pretty much this channel. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time on